Hey, it's Daddy Steve, and this is Tournament Battles on the Deck Heroes game. I gotta give a tribute to this guy here, Silverblade, who actually made me build a new deck just so that I could beat him in the tournament. And to be honest, a lot of it was luck of the draw. But listen, one loss, two loss from the bottom, and I lost to others as well. Three, four, five losses before I finally got a win. I'm gonna show us the win. We're gonna have to talk through just very quickly how I got there and how I kept on losing. All right, so let me just quickly go into this. So in the end, I had to build a deck which could resist disposal, and ironically, his level 7 Druidess deck, I beat every single time. It was this weak disposal deck, which is making me rethink my main deck, for arena battles. But in the end, I went with this against this Druidess deck. It's got heavy rage control. Druidess effectively makes up to 5 characters unkillable for 6 rounds, and for those 6 rounds, they take away your health and send you to the graveyard, especially if there's torment in place. You know what I mean? It is, not to be messed with. But I was losing against his disposal deck with this deck. Well, not really with it, but I had to add this one, Bloodletter, because it's got Stone Skin, aka can resist disposal and insta kill. I had to add this, Nefarious, it's got Immunity 7. Sometimes Immunity 7 feels like 50-50 or 40-60, you know what I mean? It does get disposed a lot or insta killed a lot. What else did I add? I mean, and obviously with Nefarious, it's not only the Immunity 7, it is Recycle 3 if it can survive. It was never surviving. But you can see, top row, all be disposed, and bottom row, apart from those two, can still all be disposed, aka it's vulnerable to disposal. I had to switch it up. I played this against the Druidess. But if I can get a foothold, I've got the Aquarius to rage control. I've got Spirit Paint. Oh, it's got immunity as well. I forgot. Spirit Painter to clone, you know what I mean, to add to my deck, and it's just an amazing card. I've got Taurus to deal damage, and I've also got Capricorn to do something similar. There you go. And I've got the Paragon to keep them in the graveyard. For this one, you'd think I would win anyway. I've got, well, I had to add a Queen Temptress for rage control and also immunity. I've got my Octavius, which is going to be a long time to get played, which means that disposal touching Octavius ain't going to happen because it's got hollow, mainly meaning it's resistant. I got Cyber Eye, which is immunity 8 and was still getting disposed in the matches that I lost. Another Queen Temptress, again with the immunity, it's only immunity 5, but at least 50% of the time you'd think I'd resist. Nope. Flare Summoner, immunity 6, again, just kept on getting disposed of and insta-killed, and oh my gosh. In fair enough, Dark Summoner does not have any kind of immunity to insta-kill and disposal, but I had Nereid, which also, which is very heavy on revive. So as long as it was getting played and they don't have Torment, and believe it or not, he doesn't have Torment in that deck that kept on killing me. But as long as this one actually gets played, then I got strong revive to keep my cards in play. And I kept on losing all those times that you saw. So I'm just going to play through. I'm just going to play through how it all panned out, how I actually got the victory. Oh my gosh. Let's go with this one first, the one at the bottom. No, not that one. I want to go with the first one first, which is at the top. Okay, so we're up against the level 7 Druidess. The equipment, Harrow, Convalescence, Enmity, Modol. And I say I beat this deck, I think, every single time and lost to the disposal deck. Wow. Congratulations, Spirit Arbiter. You played yourself. Old school. Right, so obviously at this stage, the main task is to get rid of that Geomancer, to get rid of their torment. See, it resisted retreat as well. Amazing. That was massive because resisting, I think, was it? It seems, it almost seems that when they, maybe it's something else. I was going to say, when it resists retreat for Geomancer, it seems to take away my rage. But maybe they've got, yes, this. Don't stand down. It's this. The armament that takes away the rage. It is not torment. It just poor timing. Anyway, I got rid of one of their cards. Taurus is in the graveyard. And I got rid of their torment. And I got rid of their Capricorn. We're on a roll. At this stage, I'm thinking, oh, there's my revive gone. It's got a revive meld. And I'm also thinking, if somehow my Aquarius can lose rage, which it never did, then I would take away their hero rage. Okay, so they've got Storm Ward for 5 times. It triggers 5 times or 45 rounds. No, 5 times. And that's a very important distinction. It triggers 5 times. So if you got any... See, okay, so say if Capricorn hits one creature multiple times, it uses up the Storm Ward and gets rid of it a little bit quicker. Which is good. And obviously my Nefarious is tanky and it's got recycle. It's got immunity, it's got recycle 3, and it's got Dark Reversal, aka it's one of the best cards in the game for that task. So of course my Spirit Arbiter, which is only level, well, it's level 8. I'd love for it to be level 9, but it was a beast in this battle if I remember correctly. And we'll see what he does. Royal Dancer. Obviously, this is a deck that he's still putting together. Royal Dancer's a nothing card. And he's obviously still got Horn Beast. There goes Royal Dancer. Yeah, like all of us. I mean, all of our decks are a work in progress. But yeah, with these creatures, or cards, creatures... It is understandable why I always beat this Druidess, and even though there's Hornbeaster on the way, I've got Paragon with Torment. That would explain why I won. Has he got any more cards? Let's just watch Dragon Lancer take them out. Oh! I'm going to say no, it's not going to happen because they've got Storm Ward, the hero skill. Those are obviously clones. That's why they got destroyed. My Dragon Lancer clone went. And here's my actual Dragon Lancer. Yeah, I don't think they've got any more creatures. Of course we're going to win. Let's skip. Okay, now let's get to the business. The deck of all decks, the deck of all disposal decks somehow. And I do think that I lost a lot of the time just due to pure bad luck. The luck of the draw. Oh my gosh, you got 2 and I don't know about for you, but Undying Will for me never ever ever had this rebirth. It's only 45%. It felt, in my experience of using this card since the start over 10 years ago, it's more like 30% or 40% at best. It was being revived, not in the one that you're going to see, but it was being reborn. I think every time, or at least 80% of the time, so absolutely everything was conspiring against me. It's got the insta-kill. I think the best meld would be... Actually, Detonate is a super, super, super lucky 4th skill. Because it's going to trigger insta-kill more than once, and maybe that contributed towards me losing the other matches. I did seem to lose a lot of people at the same time. So, could be. Or could it be? Not this time, though. We know that we won, but I'm just going to show how I won. But in some ways, I should probably show you how I lost. Because it was completely bizarre. In fact, I will. I'll skip the Druidess battle because we just always won. But it was just fascinating how I managed to lose against that deck with a Wraith Hunter deck. Oh my gosh. But credit to you, Silverblade. Give me, and this is the beauty of the game, it just gave me things to think about and made me build a deck to win on the 5th try, for goodness sake. Yeah, and again, it's all about the meld. Is that the same meld? Yeah, the same one, detonate. And again, I got recycle 2. So how did I not every other time maintain a deck to beat somebody who's got a great Mystic and a Flaming Hellwolf? Hellwolf is a 4-star card. Anyway, so my Nareed is in play without disposal. That thing is just never going to die, really, unless I'm freezing him and somehow they manage to skip the turns. Nareed is one of the best, if not the best card in the game. I think those two Christmas themed, I think it is, hero killer cards are probably the best in the game. Queen Artiola as well, maybe with a revive rune, stuff like that. It's just over, but it's just game killers, really. Broke the game. Just waiting to see what happens if Undying. Yeah, they all died. I'm pretty sure there was an Undying Will there. Is this the same one again? Yeah, the same one. Oh, exactly. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. Immunity 5, 50% chance to resist. It actually did. I think they're running out of time to live, aren't they? And the Reed is going to revive everybody. We'll watch that bit, then we'll just accept that I was always going to win this time around. I say because I don't think they've got any revival recycle cards, primarily. And I've got an amazing overpowered Wraith Hunter deck against this. The Twilight Ronin at level 1. And I lost 5 times. I do like this guy. I want to get him back. He was on my other account. Yeah, gosh. I'm guessing he got that as a lucky... Maybe he got that as a lucky 4th skill. I'm hoping that he didn't meld, say, a Horn Beast onto a Chipotera. Chiropotera, whatever it is. And think he was going to upgrade the skill over time, because that's a very expensive decision to make. To get those evolve cards. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. So I think this guy is a... I was going to say free to play, but I'm not sure he is. If he's... I think he's invested in his equipment above the creatures, which is an interesting theory. And again, see that I've got my Octavius to resist. It takes a long time to play, which means he's going to catch all of that disposal. And yeah, it just will resist disposal every single time. When the Reed is reborn, even with Queen Artiola, it's never going to do enough with this deck to resist Minor Reed, basically. Especially since it keeps on getting sent to the graveyard and brought straight back into play. It just resets its forever life. What's it called? What's it called again? Eternal Tide. Yeah, it would just always be returned to play. Anyway, I won, finally. Let's just quickly watch, again, as I beat that Druidess deck. Let's just quickly just watch how I lost. I think this match will summarise how this deck you've seen a minute ago kept on losing to that deck. And so it's just food for thought for me in terms of my main deck and in terms of adding a disposal element to it. See, disposal's not front of mind with a Wraith Hunter, really, because I'm just kind of preset to remove cards. Okay, that retreat. He retreated my I forgot what it's called now. Oh my gosh, the card I was just talking about a minute ago, retreated it. That was huge because now that leaves it open and vulnerable to being disposed of. Insta-kill would be fine, it would be brought straight back in, but disposal, not so much. But at this stage, I've got all my cards. I've sent a few of their cards to the graveyard. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, surely now. My Dark Summoner's there. It is vulnerable to insta-kill. My Octavius is there. I mean, what they're going to do. But then they disposed of my Dahlia. And I'm thinking, how can I get that back? And I'm thinking, yeah, basically, once my Dahlia's gone out, I think about it, then it has to be my Revive card, the one that doesn't have immunity, but that's probably what I lost. But Octavius is doing its best to maintain rage control, allow me time to build the deck. I'm thinking, yeah, my Cyber Eye, if it ever gets destroyed, I may well vaporize some of them, get their numbers down. Octavius has still got 4,000. Look at that. Octavius is still Octaviusing. I feel like I've got a little bit of hay fever or something. You'd think from here, I'm going to win. This is the one I'm trying to remember. The read. Of all the cards, I'd forget that one. Come on, Steve. Anyway, so I've got this one to protect my Nereid, right? So you'd think it would get played in a good way. Okay, insta-kill did not save my Queen Temptress. It was 50-50. I guess some of the time I've got to get insta-killed. So I didn't even show you, did I? Yeah. So fair enough. But my Nereid, what's he going to do against that deck? Wow. It's got to be you, Death's Angel, that just won the match. It's got to be. And again, please, IGG, speed this game up for goodness sake, or give us an option for something that makes this quicker. The animation is way too slow. Of all the cards it could revive, it revived one Queen Temptress. I'm trying to get this rune up, this revive rune, to level 10. And then that goes from a 30% chance of more than one card to a 50% chance. When it says 0 of 256, that's incorrect. It's about 100,000 of the way there. I've upgraded it so some of the way, but obviously I just couldn't do it all the way, or it would have been done already. You know what I'm thinking? It'll be stupid or very brave. Whether to force it, whether I should remove a rune, a high level rune from my third deck, just to make sure that that Nereid gets to level 10. That would be bizarre. It would be extreme. But 50% is obviously serious business. Maybe. Actually, it'd have to be a lot of runes I'd have to remove and dispose of to go along with that theory. I'm not sure. Anyway, back to this. See, Nereid is a good and it's an amazing card. Really, I want these three on the left to die, just so Nereid can revive them, and they won't have 0 attack anymore. So see, even Octavius, 0 attack. It's because Nereid has taken away its attack. That's kind of problematic, and their cards aren't going to do damage. It's only going to do insta-kill and disposal, and I still lost. And I think Nereid actually had a hand in me dying. And because they couldn't kill Nereid, because it's a weak deck in every other respect other than insta-kill and disposal, there's going to be a point when Nereid dies and can't be revived. So even this, The Cyber Eye, which was doing good work, vaporizing, I still lost to this deck. Okay, so that retreat, you know what's going to happen. Whether this Dahlia is actually going to make it into play again in order to recycle anybody, I think. Or I'm assuming. And I'm guessing the Reed dies from that burn. A burn. 140 damage. Times 2. No, it wasn't the burn. It's something to do with Twilight Ronin. Reduce HP, max HP by 320. Okay. We're obviously in big troubles. And I'm just wondering whether my Dahlia is going to be played, and if it does, who it's going to recycle at this stage. If it recycles Nereid, I could revive my whole deck. If it doesn't, it needs to survive until it does, basically. Otherwise, I'm dead. Because with this constant insta-kill, my immunity, with it not being at 10 and not every card having immunity, this deck was just removing my creatures from play. And you can see right now, how did I get here? Well, you know, we know. Yeah, it's just this. This was the thing now. What's Dahlia gonna recycle? And even if it did, is it gonna get disposed? Flare Summoner, and I think it was a Queen Temptress. So again, vaporize and recycle from my Cyber Eye, which is amazing for that type of thing, for that type of strategy. And I've even got this, an amazing Dark Summoner. So, and again, it's recycling 2 cards. It's like, well, oh my gosh, that was it. That was game over. Took away my recycle. Took away my Dark Summoner, which doesn't have immunity. And all of a sudden, my game is destroyed. Amazing. I was actually going to do another tournament battle, but I think just maybe ending this video with the logic and strategy of this deck will help so many people who are free to play and just build an amazing deck. I mean, you're going to need some luck, but at low to mid game, even lower upper game, not everybody can resist this level of disposal. And even with my Wraith Hunter, it's just removed all those cards. I still lost. I'm going to play it a little bit more now. I got my Octavius. How did I lose? And my Flare. Thinking, did I go into the wrong game? Did I? Oh, I think I went into the wrong one. Oh, that's a shame. No, I lost. I was just thinking, well, how could I lose from here? How could I lose from there? Still don't know how I lost. Sorry. Right at the end. There must have been other cards. Sorry, I blew it right at the end. I was convinced I must have got onto the wrong game. Listen, if you want me to play this through, and I really do apologize because I feel like I wasted a lot of time. The concept of what I wanted to put across is there, but I think we wanted to see, and to be honest, I wanted to see how I lost from here with the Flare Summoner. The Flare Summoner gives them direct damage. Queen Artiola would live, but only as long as there's another creature in play. So how did that survive when I've got an Octavius on the way? How would it survive? And how would it recycle with that deck? Has to be that there was what probably happened is There must be at least one disposal, maybe a Death Angel with a very slow. No, it probably might have been Undying Will, and maybe a Death Angel, and it just my cards didn't get. There's only one. There's only one card that can recycle here, and that's my Cyber Eye. And let's assume that it didn't get recycled or it got insta killed, even though it's got immunity 5 or 6, and the others would just die over time. And Bless Summoner's got immunity, and it just couldn't have resisted disposal or insta kill. That's the only way I could have lost from here. How did I lose? How did I lose? I mean, not only because I didn't show the video at the end, right at the end, but that's why you can understand my frustration about how did I lose? Wow. Okay, so I apologize. I apologize. I will actually show it just a little bit more. It's end the video in terms of that deck and say things to think about for insta kill and disposal. But now, since I've just done it and it's fresh in my mind, and again, I do apologize for not showing the end of that battle. I will show the end of the battle if you message me quick whilst it's still in my history. So just let me know. And again, I won't ever skip like that again. Wow. Sorry. But it's the stupidity is lols, but it's shaking my head. Anyway, I want to look at my deck deny and just see if it's possible to add some insta-kill or disposal, because this would potentially just keep that firing again and again and again. Be a different type of deck, really. I just want to say I love this card. It's nothing to do with insta-kill and disposal, but I just love that Voodoo on a cost 8 card. Absolutely amazing. I probably need another one of those. Maze, Lucky Spin, and Coin Bag from the maze. So you can get it from the maze. Anyway. Insta-kill deck. See, ironically, I've got an insta-kill deck. Let's look at that. It's in one of my tournament decks. Let's quick look. Oops. Gallon's Hand. Level 1. Queen Artiola. That's an amazing meld. Death Revive. It's got his Hanzo. Hanzo's amazing. It's just Rage Control. He's got 2 Queen Artiola. Got a Black Widow. What's this for? Rage Generation. That's interesting. I don't really think about these level 2 cards anymore, but that would really help my Wraith Hunter deck. Yeah. Might think of that. Cost 7. I might think of that. Black Widow. Anyway, it's not really doing anything apart from just killing the rage, is it? That is, and it's these Queen Artiolas, that's the problem. To an extent. Kind of fascinated to give that a go. Seeing the Spirit. Level 5. Just damage bringers, aren't they? And the Paragon, sweep them up. You got the Dark Summoner. You got the Dragon Lancer. You got the Cyber Eye. Disposal Meld. That's another route to go down it with the Cyber Eye. I prefer the Detonate Meld. I prefer that way. It keeps on potentially removing creatures from their graveyard. But there's nothing wrong with disposal. I think Detonate's better. Rakshasha with a Sacrifice Meld. And apologise for pronunciation of that name, but yeah, that's a decent damage deck. And Judgment. So it's got a lot of rage control, doesn't he? He's pretty good. Hanzo again with Geomancer. Yeah. Salvage Muddle, Blade Shard, and Unholy Rites. It's the Blade Shard, really, and Unholy Rites, but I don't think I would win. Anyway, let's just quickly look at this deck here. This is my disposal deck. Instant kill and disposal. See what I mean? It needs revive to keep that going, that chain going more so than a slow recycle. It needs a reviver. So that's why his Great Mystic was working quite well. That's why I added this Oinari. That's why I'm going to meld revive on this. You can actually you can have S revive and D revive, can't you? So I'm going to meld a D revive on this Oinari. I'm not sure at that stage I'd keep it in this deck, but if I had more than one, which I don't, I don't even have one. Yeah, to keep that insta kill and disposal thing just chain rolling, especially I say with revive, you don't have to wait for the 6 turns. That would turn this into a much more decent deck, similar to what he had. What I'm thinking now is, if I had that Oinari with revive, and Oinari's got, yeah, rebirth too, 70%. Never feels like 70% though in my experience. Feels more like a 55%. Just thinking where I'd put Oinari. I don't think it'd make this deck. Because I'd have to remove a damage bringer, and it doesn't have a lot of damage. It might have to be Taurus or something like that. I think I'd lose more than I'd gain. And this one, you know, and I talked about that level 2 card. That could fit into this lovely, giving it that rage. That's exactly what I'm going to do off camera. But here, does this deck, instead of Lord Bones, let's do it. So it's in a high cost card as well, level 25. Morty, right, so it should be here. Where is it? I just not see. Here it is. Okay. What I really need is revive. Even if it's a Great Mystic. What have you got, Magnus? I don't think it was anything useful. Nope. You Undying Will. Wow, who would have known? Insta-killer disposal. If I had that for you, then you'd be decent, I guess. Still mind-blowing. Do you have a bloodletter there? I do have a copy of Undying Will, so I can try a disposal. I'm going to try a disposal meld on you, Undying Will. I've got a copy. No doubt about that. So yeah, you will be evolved to level 15, ready for that. I'll give it a try. So anyway, that's the Morty. I'm looking for revive, really. I don't know if Neander have revive. Of course I do, Onari. Anybody else? No. I don't think this faction... Maybe they do. I'm just talking now, aren't I? Yep. Okay. Human. Do I have a Great Mystic? Must be my other deck. Wow, I don't have a Great Mystic. If I had another revive, I would have put it there. I would have added it. I must have got rid of my revive, which was probably a Great Mystic, to put onto my Nereid. So yeah, nothing I can do to boost this deck, but it's definitely already stronger with this Oinari. I do have 2 Oinari. For now, let's just put it in. So this one will be melded away as a duplicate, yeah. That's my new deck. 2 recycle, 2 revive. It's a disposal deck. It's got a Ridge Hunter. Let's see if I can replace that Ridge Hunter. Now I'm thinking, do I want to have an insta-kill in there? Guess what? I'm going to do it. All right, so I think I've got to go all out. Where's that Ridge Hunter? What is he? He's not Morty. That. Undying Will. There you go. Got a new deck. You've seen the reason why. Save. Oh dear. I just wanted to build the deck. I guess after all of that thought, listen, we're gonna lose. I didn't even put him in a particular order. And he's got, was it he's got Unholy Rites and the Blade Shard. Let's see how we get on. So the video is going to be a little bit longer than what I thought it was going to be. He's got 2 Queen Artiola. And luckily for him, Aquarius, that means there's no chance I could just get rid of one of the 2 and he's going to kill my Rage. So that was a little bit unlucky. I was just ready to go, and but that's the game anyway, isn't it? That's the cards that were dealt, literally. Okay, but that's good to take away. It's only at level 1. Take away that Rage anyway. This isn't so good being frozen, because then I could have. No, it wouldn't. It just wouldn't work, is it? This is the worst card to play when there's a Queen Artiola. The worst. This is just not going anywhere. It's just going to have 0 impact. The only way we can do anything with this, which we won't because it's also got Hanzo, beautiful deck, is if we revive something of interest. Okay, but Nefarious is trying. I just don't think... yeah, I would have needed... We're not going to win. We don't have a deck to deal with Queen Temptress. It needs to be across the board direct damage to clear the other cards from play, but it's not going to be possible to clear both of these from play without retreat. It's impossible to win without retreat against Queen Artiola. Impossible. This is my new... Okay, anyway, this is my new disposal deck, so we'll see how it gets on. Right. It would have been great to dispose of that Dragon Lance. That just didn't happen. Oof. Oof. Oh dear. Immunity 10. Well done. This guy's not playing around. I just want to see what happens with that Dragon Lancer. Obviously, this Cyber Eye is going to do lots of damage. Disposal Mill. Nah. Okay. What I'm wondering is, what gets recycled? Everything. All right, so we're in a reset position. I don't think we're going to win, obviously, but we might have had a chance if we had a Paragon. If we had a Paragon. We don't. We don't have anything that's going to deal with that Paragon on this deck. Definitely going to lose. But that deck is slightly better than what it was. Let me look at my main deck. Now I want to look at that very quickly. I think I've just recycled all of my level 2 cards. Damn it. Filter, I think it was Neander. You, Black Widow. It's going to be added to my deck. Definitely. Wow, it's level 7. Yeah, I forgot about that. Not this deck. to my tournament deck. I don't have any more tries, but the next time you see it, it will have this card in it. It's a shame I actually played that last one. It's my last try. Yeah. What I'm thinking is, should this Black Widow replace this Lorona? Lorona? Should it replace it? Because I've already got Rage Control, basically. I've already got that from... I've already got Voodoo from Dahlia. I've got the Aquarius. What I don't have is free Rage Generation. But it is a hero killer. Our hero killer. But I do have 100. It's worth it for the Rage. Life Sap. The damage is going to be tiny. He does have Afflict. That's marginally useful. Enough. But Black Widow, you will be incorporated into my deck in some way, no doubt about it. Please like, subscribe, Daddy Steve, and I am out.